However, if you're watching this vlog, that's because something special has happened. We've now completed on our house. Yay! So it's now time that we get that motorhome that we've been desperately searching for.
So we've come to Timberland Motorhomes on the 617 in towards Chesterfield, and they have a Contiki
649.
Contiki 649, which,
well, they've got quite a few Contikis actually.
Yeah, and yes, it's on the right age, right mileage, right everything for us to look at it. So I'm sure as we go round it, we'll bring you back.
So this is the outside. We absolutely love it. Richard's gone to go and get sails so we can I don't know, get the wheels in motion, shall we say. Let's see how this happens. Let's see what's got to happen. We're just so excited. Honestly, we've been waiting for this for so long, and we know that we've kept you subscribers waiting for so long. We started the journey knowing that this was something that we wanted to do. We started the vlogs knowing that that's where we wanted to be. That is something that us as a family need. We want to explore. We love to travel. We're always going away. We love it. It's making memories. That's what it's absolutely all about. And it's taken us a very long time to get to this point because, well, as you know, we've just bought a house, so the home has to come first, unfortunately. But we've been waiting for this for nearly a year now, and we're here. We're ready. Yeah, this is it's everything we wanted it to be and more. The motorhome, it's in a really good condition. Obviously it's a 2017 plate, so it's not brand new. We haven't bought brand new. I don't think we could justify to buy brand new. It's still extremely expensive for what it is in terms of, you know, twice the price of, say, a brand new caravan. But it's what we want and need for right now. We may not stick with a motorhome. We may decide to go back to a caravan, or we may just continue our journey. We may just travel with a motorhome for the foreseeable. But right now it's exactly what we want and need for our family, and I know Richard's really excited, so are the boys, and well, as you can see, so am I. So we're in the Swift Contiki 649. I really like it. I really like it. Obviously we're on a bit of a hill, so everything's like sloping down. But yeah, no, it's pretty good condition, to be fair. So it's a 2017. Everything looks really good. I've just been up on the overcad bed just to have a look to see if we fitted. Both me and Richard have managed to get up there. It is small, but I think it would be doable. We'd obviously have to try it. Maybe one of the boys, maybe both the boys, I don't know. We'd see what would happen. But yeah, this is beautiful. There's nothing I'd change, nothing I don't like. I'm in love, shall we say. So this is the motorhome for me. What do you think, Rich?
I like it. I know it's the manual, and I said I'd go for an automatic. I think from what I've heard about the Comformatic gearboxes, it's not the right choice. So it's not that I can't drive a manual. I can. It's obviously got a manual car.
You struggle with your knees sometimes, don't you? So that's why you was a little bit...
This has got cruise control, so yeah.
And the thing is, if we are doing the Europe trips, and that's predominantly what we're interested in this for,
yep,
you're going to be on sort of highways, freeways, whatever, longer roads that are not needing all that clutch control. So you're not going to be forever doing that.
If it starts playing up, we just stop.
Yeah, that's the whole fun of it, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's in a really good condition.
Yes, it is in
really good condition.
I think it's only got 10,000 miles on it as well, so it's
yeah,
next to nothing.
10,217, I think it said.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's lovely. It's been really well looked after. Obviously, I've just mentioned that we've been up on the overhead bed. I couldn't think what it was called then. Yeah, so we just went up to try that out. I mean, whether that's something we could actually do, I don't know. We could try it out, couldn't we? See what it's like. The one thing that has always stood out in, you know, for this model for us has been the travelling seats. Obviously, you know, we've got 2 boys, so we've got Ruben and Finley, and they get on like a house on fire. But I think, you know, when you're doing the long journeys, they'll both be able to sit over the table, they can play their games, they can do lots of different things, and obviously they're safe, they've got the seat belts. Obviously that's the biggest priority, but they're going to have their own comfort. They're not in the way of each other. In fact, it's almost like being on a train, sat at one of the tables that you can sit at. So I think that they will really enjoy that. It's spacious, we're all together, it's got everything that we want and need. It's the price that we were expecting to pay. I don't think we'd have got one any less for, you know, the mileage and the age and everything else. Obviously it's got the right kind of facilities inside for what we actually want and need as a family. Whether we end up going back to a caravan, who knows? But for right now, what we want is to be able to take our family and go and explore different countries that we wouldn't necessarily be able to do on maybe a package holiday. So it's about making them memories, I think, for us, and that's definitely where we're at right now. We have made the decision that this is the right model for us. This is absolutely where we're going, and yeah, it's exciting, massively exciting. So follow us and see what happens next.
Well, you stalled it first time, so we won't mention that.
Well, we're doing a test drive.
Hello.
This is the gentleman that actually owns the company
Kevin.
that we're looking to buy it from. So it's great to meet Kevin today. And Richard's trying to do the test drive. He did stall it first time round, but you know, no pressure and all that.
Pressure's off now, he's on the camera. So what you'll find with this is, because she's a tag axle,
Yeah.
she's very steady on the road. But what you'll hear when you're going down the road, you'll hear it bouncing.
Yeah.
Because obviously the vehicle's got them weight in it. Once you, because this I think will have just short the ton payload, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Once you get weight in it, she'll ride, and she'll be a lot smoother. Because I can hear doors rattling already.
Yeah.
But you don't get that once you
Because
get weight in.
obviously we've been to a competitor of yours,
Yeah, yeah.
and they'd got a Comformatic one in.
Yep.
And the stuff that I've read up about it, you have to drive them a bit like a manual, but there is a problem with the way it engages.
That's correct.
So and it can cause a problem. So I have got a problem with my left leg, but I don't seem to get a problem because I drive Land Rovers and I love them, and I don't seem to get a problem in the Land Rover. But it's automatic. But I've driven manual vans and all the rest of it, and I think it's the seating position.
Yeah.
When I drive my Focus, because I think I'm laid down and I'm pressing that way instead of down, I get more of a pain in my leg when I'm driving long distances in my Focus than I do when I'm driving like this. So
what you'll find with this seat, because obviously this starts its life off as a white van man.
Yes.
So the seats are ergonomically designed for comfort.
Yeah.
So this seat will go up and down, it will rock forward and backwards, and obviously you've got your tilt on the back. So you can get this into a sort of super comfy position to drive.
To be fair, it's not bad, and I've just jumped in it.
Yeah, well,
So
I guessed your sort of height, so I dropped it to where I thought you'd be.
yeah.
And then we're doing that way, so to be fair. And I sort of did your mirrors and all that, so. And this is good. I mean, what you'll find, there's no guide. If you rock the steering wheel left to right, if you did that with a single axle, then it's all over the place.
Right.
When you've got a tag axle, which spoils you, once you've had a tag axle, then getting back to a single axle is hard.
Right.
Because the wind pushes you about, overtaking the lorry, the wind drags you in, things like that. Where this is obviously a lot more smoother, a lot more
which the autobahns anyway are the French motorways, the autobahns, all that are a lot easier to drive than the UK motorways. So,
well, I personally own a Tag Axle Elegant, same chassis,
right,
same frame and everything, and I'll cruise mine at 85, 90. Don't get me wrong, it kills the miles to the gallon a bit, but she's smooth. She's smooth.
Yeah.
And we normally go skiing in hours.
Right.
Every year we'll fly down to South France skiing in hours. Because you find skiing so much more better than going into chalets and things like that.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we're looking at doing is Euro Disney for New Year, not this year, but the year after, because we have my son every other Christmas and New Year we swap it. So we're on about getting him, because his birthday's on the 29th, and at 5 o'clock picking him up and literally bombing to the down to Dover and doing New Year in Disney.
Yeah, well,
so
what we go Christmas, but what we tend to do, we go, if you go over, Hull to Rotterdam. So you get on the ferry, your holiday starts the minute on your ferry, because you can have a pint of beer in your hand, sat in your cabin at night, sleep, get refreshed the next day. And then what we tend to do, we drive down to Disneyland, spend a couple of days there, stay in their car park, and then we drive down the rest of the way down to the south of France.
Cool.
So you just break your journey up, it's so much more nicer than you do.
I've done a lot of. Mum and Dad have had a motorhome since I was near to a grasshopper.
Yeah.
And my dad, we've always done. It was actually Ramsgate, Dunkirk. So that was 2.5 hours, not like 90 minutes, like Dover Calais.
Yeah.
So the chances are they'd never book anywhere, and literally they'd go down to Ramsgate. We'd get across on the 10 o'clock ferry-ish, something like that. Across the other side. My dad would drive an hour into. Is it the E19 into this Paris?
In the way into,
yeah, and then get onto the motorway and literally do an hour or so, and then pull into the lay-by, and then they'd bomb it the next day down to the south of France.
Well, with France, you got a lot of airs and things like that. You can do the truck stops as well, stuff like that, because they're all geared up for motorhome.
Yeah, totally.
You know, they love motorhomes. Where in this country, you know, you'll see.
Well, you start clutch.
What you'll find is
2 stalls in 5 minutes.
in this country, you're pulling to a lay-by and it says you can't stay overnight. That's there for people who rack up and stay there for weeks on end, like the travellers.
Because you do get people that abuse it. Yeah.
If you was there overnight, a policeman might knock on the door. What are you doing? Got tired, staying here overnight. Gone in the morning. They'll go, okay, fine, leave you go, and nobody would bother you.
No.
By the time the council thought about it, you're gone anyway. So no, they're more worried about people coming up and staying there for weeks on end.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can legally pull up on a street, you're taxed, you can legally pull up on a street and sort of sleep in your vehicle. Done that before, so.
Well, I've done that in a normal transit van, across the seats at the front.
Well,
when you're tired, you've got
trucks on the side of the motorway. You can pull up to the side of the motorway when the trucks pull up. Yeah, you hear the traffic, but once the telly's on and you're asleep, you know, who cares?
It's nice.
So what do you think?
It's nice.
And as daft as it is, yes, you use your clutch, but at this speed, you don't.
No.
How do you feel it nipping when you're pushing? Because you're pushing down, not.
Yeah, no. I think that's what I was kind of saying to you. When in the Focus, you're pushing forward, aren't you? And that's where I get a lot of the problem, where I'm actually pushing down in this, like I am in the little van.
You're not pushing on your backside because you're using your knee muscle.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. So.
Obviously, second hand, well looked after. We'll go through it, we'll PDI it, we'll gas test it, we'll engine service it, habitation service it. We'll do all the valeting, the live demonstration, the handover. We'll give you a hookup lead, we'll give you a gas bottle, we'll give you 10 days free insurance, all included.
Cool.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Tell us a little bit about your business then. How long have you been going?
Oh, I've been going since 1999 when I was only about 25 years old. And I started the company, believe it or not, with 500 quid.
Wow, okay.
And we got very big. I got to 3 sites, 42 staff. And as I was saying earlier on, unfortunately I lost my son 13 years ago, so it changed my life. And I stopped it. I bought the site here at Chesterfield on the A617, and I've never looked back. Wow. So my staff tend to run it more than I do. I come in sunny Sundays, Saturdays, and cover people when they're ill and sick, and holidays and things like that. But I get to do this. I get to talk to my customers more. Yeah. Where before, when you're a big company,
you lose that, don't you?
Yeah,
that's
well,
the thing.
Like I was saying to you before we even started the test drive, you get my mobile number.
Yeah.
You know, I own the company, and all my customers can have my mobile number.
Yep.
So if any issues, because the problem is with motorhomes, they all have issues. They all have the niggles, the warranty problems, and so just don't get upset. Just ring me, Kev, I've got an issue. We'll get it booked in. You don't have to come back to me. It can go to the nearest service centre, and it gets sorted. You know, at the end of the day, as long as you're not picking up a bill, that's it. you know.
I think it's sometimes as well when you buy something, you think to yourself, oh, I wonder what this does, or what's this, or what's that. Whereas it's nice to have that, isn't
Just
it?
pick up the phone, rather than sit there stressing. Oh God, how does this work? And I forgot how that works.
Yeah.
Just pick up the phone and we'll come and we'll talk you through it.
What? Oh, sorry. She's telling me to. I'm playing with buttons and.
Yeah, he's messing about.
I'm messing about, and you
sat
can't.
in traffic, and I can't hear anything. Sorry, guys. But yeah, no, that's it's a really good, valid point, because, like you say, with a lot of the bigger companies, you don't tend to get that, you know, first hand.
And more so since COVID, what people don't give nowadays is service.
Yeah.
People, I mean, I've been to buy cars, and you say to somebody, "Oh, I'm really interested in that," and I'll ring you tomorrow, and they don't.
No.
You know, people have forgotten how to sell.
I think
people
as
have
well,
forgotten the basics.
the challenge is because it's so easy for people to just buy everything online now.
That's right.
It's very impersonal.
Very impersonal.
And people don't give that service. Whereas, like, obviously, you know, I own a company. It is all about the service, and that's what gets people to come back. That's what people remember.
It's not about price. You don't have to be the cheapest out there.
Nope.
You just have to be the best.
Yep.
And yeah, we get it wrong. We do get it wrong. We get 2 or 3 customers a year that we wish we never had, and we do all our best to keep them happy. You just can't keep every customer happy.
No, absolutely.
But then I get 2 or 3 staff members a year I wish I'd never seen. But you know, it's the joy.
Oh, we've all had them.
Yeah.
We've all had them.
The joys of owning a company, and people. And I always remember people saying to me, "How you lucky being in business?" And
You get to come and go as you please.
It's a bit of a disease because, you know, when other people are at home sleeping and not worrying about it, you're awake at night worrying about the next job and the VAT bill, the tax bill, and and everything else that goes on with day-to-day running life and running a business. So
It's not easy. It's not easy.
No,
but it's also the best thing.
Well, if it was easy, everybody would do it, wouldn't they?
Exactly.
So, it is a challenge, a bit like being married, but you know, it is a challenge. Don't say that to the wife.
Right, what's the number? I'm going to put this on YouTube and tell her. I'll send it personally.
No, I love my wife. I love my house and my business. That's why I love my wife. Yeah, she's a good girl. She puts up with me, which takes some doing. You know, best thing that's ever happened to me, the wife.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not just saying that either.
No, but yeah, no, I think I actually really do like this motorhome, and I knew this one was the one from the off. We've looked at all the different Contikas. You was sold on the 5.
I wasn't sold on the 5.
Was it 549? 594?
596.
596.
596, which is the same layout as this. It hasn't got the overhead cab bed, but it's got the drop down behind us.
Yep.
But it's
Whereas I didn't like the electric drop down bed.
Yeah, you weren't
didn't
fussed
like
on
it.
it.
No.
But it's only a single axle, not a tag axle.
We did actually.
Did you drive that?
No.
If you'd have driven that, then you'd appreciate this. Absolutely, you would think that, wow, this is so much more different.
About 6 months ago, we went to Loudham's.
Yep.
And they had a Kentucky 649. We went in it. There was a few things that were broken in it, wasn't there? Yeah. But we really went in it. We went through everything of it, and we were like, "Yeah, we're going to do it." But obviously, as you know, we're buying a house. We were umming and ahhing as to what to do, and then we decided, yes, we're going to put a deposit on it, didn't we? As soon as we rang them, it had gone. And we've not seen one
and
since.
That's the only thing that ever makes me sound like a salesman. When a customer says, "I'll go away and think about it," I go, "Well, everything's for sale and we do turn stock," and they go, "Yeah," and they come back and we sometimes
absolutely,
and that does unfortunately happen sometimes.
Yeah.
So all I would ever say to any customer is, if you see something and you're 99% there and you think you should want it, buy it.
Yep, absolutely.
Because people, these aren't like Ford Focuses and Fiestas. Every dealer hasn't got 4 and 5.
No,
when
absolutely.
They're a second-hand unit, there might be 1, 2. Swift, there'll be 2 or 3 maybe for sale in the country. There's other models, there might be 1 at one time for sale.
Yeah.
You know.
Completely agree.
Yeah, because they only build limited numbers of these per year.
Yeah.
And you know, when you look at how many Ford Fiestas come into the country.
Yeah. And the thing is, they sell because they're quality.
Yeah.
You see certain ones, certain brands that sort of, they stick around and they've got them everywhere. Certain ones they haven't, and the Kentuckys seem to be that way.
Well, I always say to my customers, people buy people. If you didn't like me, this could be for free, do you want to have it?
Yes.
If I didn't look after you, you didn't get that feel-good factor, you wouldn't buy it, because I've done it. I went to buy a car and this salesman was horrendous, and I wanted the car, but I just was never going to buy it. Because he was rude, he was what I thought he needed to be, so I walked away.
Absolutely.
And that's where COVID turned a lot of salesmen into order takers.
Yep.
And yeah, it's going to be an interesting year for some of the dealers. It's interesting times.
Yeah, definitely.
Where I sit today, compared to when I was saying I was taking over the world, the
is.
So if you sell that motorhome today, it makes no odds as to whether you say it today, next week, next month, and that's...
Well, it does, because you're trying to do the numbers, because profit's not a swear word.
No.
You've got to pay the bills.
Yeah, you've got to pay wages.
You've got to pay wages.
You've got overheads,
bills,
yeah.
You know, things like that. So you have got to make a profit, and also if you don't make a profit, you can't look after your customers.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Because there is dealers out there that will do them for next, you know, and then the customers go back, and because they've made the money, they can't look after you.
Yeah.
And you'll appreciate that with the business you was in.
Yeah.
You'll have been undercut by people who will go in, fit the kit, not know what they're doing,
Yeah.
and then not know how to say it, and then people will ring you up later and say, can you come and help me out there?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
Usually they come to you, you give them the price, they say, oh no, that's too expensive. They go somewhere else, have it done cheaper, and then they go, oh actually, it's not as good as I thought it would be. Well no, because you've gone for a cheaper product.
That's it, exactly that.
Because unfortunately, the saying is very, very true. You buy cheap, you buy twice.
Yeah, I go with that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
To say that I've driven 7.5 ton lorries and like long wheelbase sprinters and all that kind of stuff, it's totally different.
Tag axle.
It's totally different.
That's how
In
much
what
that
way?
tag axle spoil you.
It doesn't feel big.
No?
No. Now when you drive a 7.5 ton lorry, it feels big and you know it's big. Where a sprinter van, it's all over the shop.
Yep.
Where this isn't. It's just planted. It's planted on the road. I'm doing 70 and I don't feel it, but
And again, rock your steering wheel at 70.
yeah.
And she'll turn left to right, but she won't lean.
No.
She don't lean, she's not wallowing, as we call it.
It does feel very smooth and very comfortable, and my back's not hurting.
Yet.
And I have got a really bad back.
But the thing is, once you recline that, and you're not holding your camera, and you've got your arms
And you
here,
sat comfortably.
and you sat
Oh,
comfortable.
don't you worry, because we're doing YouTube, there'll be cameras all over the shop in front of us. We'll be talking all the way through it. So, right, I think we need to go back and start talking numbers.
Yeah, she's happy.
So we've just come back from the test drive, and yeah, things are a little bit wobbly for things that weren't fastened, because, you know, well, we didn't move anything. So there's that, and then that also. But I did notice that earlier. I don't know whether it should perhaps click in, maybe. So we were pressing some buttons.
And it's got a self-leveling kit.
So it turns out, oh, I'll probably not go in it because I can't climb in it because I'm short. Appears we have self-leveling. It's, oh, the tyres are off the ground. So,
We have the keys. We have applied for the finance. We've made a deposit. So as long as everything goes through, it'll be ours. Yes!
we are super excited.
Super excited. We've just got to sort out some last final bits, but I think we are really happy with our choice and we are looking forward to it. Obviously, due to the channel, and we're speaking with Kevin himself, we've done an absolute cracking deal and I can't recommend him enough.
Out of all of the different dealers that we've been to many, as you know. We've vlogged most of them that we've been to. We've looked around an awful lot. We've managed to meet a lot of people, and we've met some of the staff that also work here. But today, when we walked in, we were greeted by somebody that was so happy.
Yes.
And do you know what? He didn't try to sell to us, not one bit.
No.
He was more so like, I'm Kevin, this is my company, any questions, let me know. And basically he was more wanting to get to know us as people and what we actually want and need. And he is a really genuinely nice guy, and I would 100% recommend this company. I do feel that the service that we've been given is amazing, and knowing that he actually does give his own personal mobile number to every single customer, whether you've bought something that's just a camper van or whether you've bought a huge motorhome, whatever that it may be that you've purchased, you get his number, and if you've got any questions, you give him a call and he will get it sorted for you. What more could you ask for? I don't think you could.
I think we need to test that theory though. I think we need to ring him on a Sunday night and see if he answers.
9 PM.
9 PM on a Sunday. I've got a problem, and let's see if it works. I think that's a vlog in itself.
Yeah.
But yes.
We'll come back to that one.
But yes, we have paid the deposit. We are hopefully everything will get sorted with the finance in the next couple of weeks. We are due to go in holiday, so whether we get it before that or after that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because obviously they've got bits to sort out with it. But yeah, everything's looking good.
So yeah, we did it.
We did it!
Yay!